So what we're doing for numbers 13 and 14 is we are going to apply the angle bisector theorem and the perpendicular bisector theorem to find the measure of all the numbered angles. So let's take a look at example 13. Notice that we have a bunch of triangles inside other triangles. So we can kind of work our way through each numbered angle. So we can start with angle number 1, which is this angle here. And you notice, I hope you notice, that this angle here is 90 degrees. So we can infer that this angle here must also be 90 degrees. And this little angle here is labeled as 35 degrees. And we know from our triangle sum theorem that the sum of all angles in a triangle equals 180 degrees. So if we want to find the missing angle, we just have to do 180 minus 90, because this angle here is 90, minus 35, and that gets us 55 degrees, which is angle 1. So I'm just going to fill that in my picture. So now we can use that 55 degrees, and we can use these two congruence notches to infer that if angle 1 is 55 degrees, then angle 2 must also be 55 degrees. So it seems like the next logical step would be to find angle 3, but we actually need either angle 4 or angle 6 to find angle 3. So an easier angle to find next would actually be either angle 5 or 6. We can use this 90-degree angle here and this understood 90-degree angle here to find angle 5 and then angle 6. So we can continue to use the triangle sum theorem, and we know that angle 2 is 55 degrees. So to find angle 5, we can just do 180 degrees minus 90 degrees minus 55 degrees equals 35 degrees. So angle 5 is 35 degrees. And then we can continue with that same concept. 180 degrees minus 90 degrees minus 40 degrees equals 50 degrees. And that's going to give us angle 6. So now we know that this outer shape here is in and of itself just one big triangle. We also know that this angle of that big triangle is 50. We know that this angle of that big triangle is 55 plus 55, which is 110. And now we're just missing angle 3. So we can continue to use the triangle sum theorem. 180 minus 110 minus 50 equals 20 degrees. And that gives us angle 3. And now the only angle that we are left to find is angle 4. So we know that this angle here is 90, and we know that this little angle here is 20. So we can say 180 minus 90 minus 20 equals 70 degrees. So notice how we started at like angle 1 and angle 2, and then we were able to work our way through, but we didn't necessarily have to go in order. We actually weren't able to go in order because we didn't have enough information. So don't let the order of the numbers fool you. Go in the order that you can logically determine the angle measures. And of course, you might not have gone in the same order that I went in. So if you decide to go in a different order, that's okay, as long as you get to the same destination. All right, finally, let's take a look at number 14. So number 14, we have the angle 25 here. We have this appears to be a perpendicular bisector. Notice that this segment here is perpendicular to this segment here. It's also a bisector because this segment and this segment are congruent. So since it's a perpendicular bisector, we can make some inferences. And one of those inferences is that this angle and this angle are going to be the same. So angle 1 is going to be 25 degrees. And also, since this point here lies on that perpendicular bisector, we can infer that it's equidistant from both of these points here. So we can also understand that if this is 20, then angle 6 is also going to be 20 degrees. Now we can use our triangle sum theorem to find angles 2 and 3. We know that this angle here is 90, and we know that all of the angles in a triangle add up to 180. Well, if this angle here is already 90, in order to find the two remaining angles, we can just say 90 minus 25 equals, and that gives us 65. And so that's a little shortcut to what we did up above. Not that what we did above is wrong, but I figured I'd show you a shortcut for the second question here. So angle 2 is 65 degrees. That would mean that angle 3 would also be 65 degrees. And something we need to understand about these angles, angles 2 and 4 and 3 and 5, are that these angles go together to create a straight line. So we have a straight line here, we have an angle here, and we have another angle here. And we can add those angles together to create a straight line, and those are called supplementary angles. And supplementary angles add up to be 180 degrees. So if you have a straight line, if I could draw a straight line, and you have an angle on that straight line, if you have a missing angle here and a missing angle here, you know that you can add those two angles, and we'll call them angle A and angle B, the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B. They must equal 180 degrees, because if we were to take away that little angle, we could see that the straight line is the only thing that exists. So we know that those two little angles add up to be that straight line. So in order to find the missing angle 4, we just need to find 180 minus 65, and that will give us angle 4, which is 115. And then we can also infer that angle 5 is also 115. And now the only angles we're missing are angles 7 and angles 8 and angle 8. Now we need to understand something similar about this triangle that we did about the triangle above, that we have small triangles, but they all create this larger triangle on the outside. Now we know that the measure of this angle here is going to be 20 plus 25, which is 45. Oops. And we also know that the measure of this angle here is going to be 45 as well. So in order to find the measure of this missing section up here, we can use the triangle sum theorem again. We can say 180 minus 45 minus 45. And that gives me 90 degrees. So I know that this entire angle here is 90 degrees. But I also know that this segment cutting through the middle here is a bisector. So not only is it a perpendicular bisector, but it's also an angle bisector. So it's cutting this angle here, this yellow angle that I highlighted, in half, into two equal halves. So if the whole thing is 90, then I know that 7 and 8 will each have to be 45 and 45. 45 degrees and 45 degrees, which makes sense that if this is a 90-degree angle here, then these are two 45-degree angles here.